So, you want to get ahead of like 99% of people using AI? Well, the secret isn't learning how to code. It's learning how to ask. And in the next few minutes, I'm going to show you the exact prompting techniques that'll take you from a ChatGPT novice to an absolute pro.
Does this sound familiar? You ask ChatGPT for something, and what you get back is, well, it's bland, it's generic, and honestly, it's just not that useful. You are not alone. But here's the thing. The problem isn't the AI. It's how we're talking to it. And that, right there, is the fundamental difference between a novice and a pro. Just look at the difference here. On the left, you've got the kind of prompt most people write. Write a marketing email. Super vague, right? So you get a super vague, generic result. But on the right, that's a pro-level prompt. It's structured, it tells the AI who to be, what to do, the rules to follow, and the exact format you want. The results? They're not just better, they're in a completely different league.
So here's our roadmap to get you there. We're going to start with the foundation, what I call your master prompt. Then, we'll build up that core skill using system prompts. We'll get your workflow organized with AI projects, refine your work with some advanced tools, and then finally, we'll automate the whole shebang with custom GPTs.
All right, let's start with that foundation. If your ChatGPT responses feel like they were written by a complete stranger, it's because to the AI, you are a stranger. You've never actually introduced yourself. To fix that and get those truly personalized outputs, you need to start with a master prompt.
So what exactly is a master prompt? Think of it like a complete profile of you. It's this single document that tells the AI everything it needs to know about your job, your company, your goals, your values, even your personal preferences.
This is the perfect way to think about it. I mean, you would never ask a travel agent to book your dream vacation without telling them where you want to go or what your budget is, right? The master prompt is that detailed travel profile, but for the AI. You give it all the context up front so it can tailor every single response specifically to you.
And you know what the best part is? You don't have to create this thing from scratch. You can actually get ChatGPT to build it for you. Just follow these steps. First, give it a quick description of your role. Then, and this is key, ask it to act like a consultant and interview you to get more context. Now, set aside a good 30 minutes to answer its questions in detail. And finally, just ask it to put everything together into your final master prompt. It's really that simple.
Okay, but context alone won't make you part of the 1%. Now that the AI knows who you are, you need to tell it how to work. This is where we get into the real core skill of prompt engineering, the system prompt. A system prompt basically defines the AI's behavior for a specific task. See, it's not about who you are anymore. It's about how you want the AI to respond. This is how you control the tone, the structure, and the style to get the exact output you need every single time. Now, this is a total game changer of a technique. You can reverse engineer your prompts. Don't try to write the perfect prompt from the get-go. Instead, just give a simple instruction like write a sales email. Then you work with the AI, giving it feedback and little tweaks until the output is absolutely perfect. Once you're happy, you ask it this magic question. Based on our conversation, write the ideal system prompt that would have created this final result. ChatGPT will literally build the perfect prompt for you to save and reuse. How cool is that?
Let this one sink in for a second. In the near future, the most valuable IP a business will own won't be its software or its products. It'll be its library of custom prompts. Seriously, these prompts are the engine for creating high-quality, consistent work at scale. They become your unique competitive advantage, your secret sauce. Okay, so we've got our context and we've got our instructions. Now we need an organized place to actually do the work. You know, a messy mind creates a messy prompt. To get really powerful responses, you got to structure your workspace using AI projects.
Think of a project as a dedicated room for a specific task. You know, if you were building a house, you'd have one room with all the blueprints, the vendor contacts, and the timelines up on the wall. That's exactly what a project does inside ChatGPT. It holds all the documents, context, and previous chats in one place, so the AI never loses track of what you're doing.
And you can use this for pretty much every aspect of your life. You can create a project for a big financial decision and load it up with advice from your advisor. Create another one for planning a family vacation, and another for your content calendar at work. It just keeps every conversation focused and builds that context over time.
All right, you've got your foundation, you've got your core skills down. Now it's time to add a little bit of polish.
The next level is all about refining your AI-generated content with real precision, without having to regenerate everything from scratch. This is where a super powerful tool called Canvases comes in.
Think of a canvas like a collaborative workspace, kind of like a Google Doc that lives right inside your chat. So when ChatGPT generates a block of text you like, you can save it to a canvas. From there, you can edit it directly. But here's the cool part. You can highlight just one sentence or a paragraph and ask the AI to rewrite only that part. Imagine you're working on a blog post. Instead of telling the AI to rewrite the whole thing but make the intro funnier, you can just highlight the intro and say, make this funnier. It is a huge time saver and an absolute game changer for any kind of content creation.
Let's just pause for a second and put this all together, because it's so important to know which tool to use and when. This right here is the perfect cheat sheet. Your master prompt gives the AI your identity. It tells the AI who you are. Your system prompts are task-specific instructions. They tell the AI how to work. And finally, a feature called Custom Instructions handles your default preferences. It tells the AI how to format its responses for you every single time, like always use Markdown or speak in a casual tone.
And here we are. We've arrived at the final step, the one where you truly become a pro. This is where you take everything you've perfected and you turn it into a reusable, automated tool. This is the power of creating custom GPTs.
So what in the world is a custom GPT? Well, it's pretty simple actually. It's a powerful system prompt that you've packaged into a reusable little app. So let's say you've perfected a prompt for writing tweet threads. Instead of pasting that big long prompt every time, you just save it as a custom GPT called Tweet Thread Writer. And now it's a one-click process. It's literally like building your own team of specialized minions, each one an expert at a single task, ready to work for you instantly.
And this is why all of this matters so much. The goal is to get to a point where AI is doing 92% of the heavy lifting. Custom GPTs help you automate all those repeatable tasks, which frees you up to focus on the final 8%. That's the high-level strategy, the creative spark, the uniquely human part that truly adds all the value. So let's just recap the toolkit that separates the pros from the beginners. It all starts with your master prompt to define who you are. Next, you build a library of powerful system prompts that define how the AI works. You keep everything organized in projects, and finally, you automate it all with your own little army of custom GPTs. Now that you have the complete blueprint, from foundation all the way to automation, the only thing left to do is apply it. So the real question is, what's the first repetitive task, the first process in your work or your life that you are going to automate with your very own custom GPT?